Alright, so I'm going to be rating Diamond Jim's deadlifts. First, going to be starting off with Unk. He definitely can lift the most amount of weight. As you can see here, that seems to be about like 6 or 7 plate size peak. Now the bar is close to his shins, which you want to make sure it's close to your legs as much as possible to maintain a straight direction when you're pushing off with your legs in the back. If your bar isn't close to your legs, then it's going to cause your arm to be sort of like out and extended, and you don't want that to be the case. You want to make sure your arms are like relatively like straight. And the one thing that Unk doesn't do is that his arm is like slightly bended. And that's going to be a bit dangerous because that can cause a bit of a bicep tear. Because the arm is already in a lot of contraction just already being flexed and isometric, the bicep can tear pretty easily, and you don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that you maintain your arm being as extended as possible so that you can be able to use your arms bringing it into the deadlift. But everything else is relatively fine. Unk is able to bring his hips down, and he uses most of his legs and hamstrings to pull the bar and the rest of the body. And this is a posterior view, but you do see a bit of the bend of the arms, but you do see that his hips are a bit more lower. Now for Abdel, his hips are a bit higher, which is a bit more dangerous because most of your lower back would be moved. And that could be a lot of strain for that much weight. But he does do a lot of slack on the bar, which is really good for preparation of when you're about to lift some heavy weight. He also has it on a hook grip, which doesn't really matter which grip you do. But a hook grip is when you're basically putting your thumb in before you cross with your fingers. And that can help you have a tighter grip on the bar. It's probably going to be really painful. You want to make sure you maintain a really tight grip on the bar when doing a deadlift. You also want to make sure that the bar is like somewhere kind of like more on the upper part of your fingers, because it's not going to let go as much, as you want to maintain as little room for the bar to slip off as compared to when you're putting it around here. It's a lot more room for it to like slide off, especially when it gets pretty heavy. But a hook grip is what's going to help maintain it, because if your thumb is in between the bar and the fingers, it's going to pretty much be shut, and you want to make sure you maintain that shutness to the bar with your grip. He does load out pretty well. He's able to extend his back all the way. I do think that he does have better form here, I think.